guys, welcome back to African Village Lens, and today I'm going to be talking about, or rather something interesting has happened in the African village life content, and I'd prefer to call it a saga because we never thought we'd see things going this direction. But a legal notice has been issued to JT Podcast on behalf of Chalow, Kush and Linet. And there's something I want to make very clear before I even get into this video is I'm not here to determine anything or to decide who's saying the truth or who's lying. I'm just here to break it down for people who have some questions regarding the whole situation. And I'm actually not examining the allegations. I'm just breaking down what that means, what this legal notice means, what JT should do, what he should not do. Just break it down if I'm being really honest. And all I'm doing is actually documenting this from a very, very different angle, if I might say. And you might have a few questions concerning this whole situation. And I have some questions written down that I feel are reasonable questions to ask once you see the legal notice. And I'm just going to start off with, what does this letter actually mean? How serious is it, and what should JT Podcast be doing right now? Because there are a few things in this letter I think content creators need to understand, and I'm gonna ask and answer if that makes some sort of sense. And let's just start from the top end. Who actually sent this letter? So the letter is from TaliTali Advocates, and they're acting for Miss Linet. You might know her as alias Linet KE, and Mr. Charles Mwangi, also known as Chalow Kush. And the notice is actually addressed to third-party publishers, commentators, and online users. That is very important. That's not simply saying, JT Podcast, stop what you're doing. That's not simply saying that. It's just saying they're putting people who are reposting, sharing, commenting, or even amplifying the alleged statements on notice, because it's, as much as it was sent to JT Podcast, it's addressed to third-party publishers. You know what that means. Commentators, I believe that might be me, probably, if we're being honest. And online users, even just you commenting, you're also, it's low-key addressed to you too, but the fact that it was sent to JT Podcast just means it's put on the spot, if you know what I mean. On to our next question. What are these lawyers alleging? Because if you've not seen it, I'm just gonna just little parts of the whole letter, because I'm not here to read the whole letter. If you want it, I believe there are spaces you can find it. I'm just breaking it down. And what are these lawyers alleging? These lawyers say the attention has been drawn to the continued republication, reposting, resharing, and amplification of what they actually describe as false, malicious, and defamatory claims that were initially published by JT Podcast. Do you get where we're going with this? And they also say that this has allegedly happened through comments, captions, reactions, excerpts, clips, and related posts. Work with me. Comments, captions, because on your video you put the caption, yeah? So it's comments, captions, reactions. Yeah, you're watching a video, you probably have them pinned right here. And reactions. Excerpts is where you take a short clip from their video and you put on yours. That's an excerpt. And related posts, that just, you know what I'm saying. And they're saying this material came from JT Podcast, but they are also concerned about the other people that are using this material afterwards, if I do believe that's what's happening. There is a part that caught my eye, and this is the part that every reaction channel should actually draw their attention to or put their attention to. I believe this is the most important paragraph in this entire letter. And the law says, anyone who repeats, adopts, endorses, republishes, or materially amplifies the alleged statements may be treated as a separate publisher. And they say that such a person could incur personal liability for the resulting in reputational harm. You know what that means? Because once you put out these comments, once you make videos saying this, you're damaging this person's reputation. And that's why they say anyone who repeats, endorses, republishes, anyone who repeats, adopts, endorses, republishes, or materially amplifies this is being treated as a separate publisher. Doesn't matter if you took this excerpt from JT Podcast's video or from theirs, they're going to be treating you as a separate person who's come up with this on their own. Yeah, that's interesting. In simple terms, what this paragraph basically means is, don't go taking like what do you say this, defamatory statements or allegations from someone else's channel, then publish them on yours and believe you're safe just because it's not your opinion. You have published this content, you have actually, so you're gonna be treated, or you are actually being, okay, what do I say this, you're actually putting a defamatory like whatever on your name. So I'm not gonna say stop, but watch out for that. I've actually opened up the Kenyan defamation law, and it actually does recognize publication to third parties as an important element of a defamation claim. And Kenyan courts have dealt with publication through social media and YouTube. Yeah, let me just read this again in case I read it too fast. Kenyan defamation law does recognize publication to third parties as an important element of a defamation claim, which means this video is being taken and JT Podcast being referred to, or you know, like being brought in, like, okay, how do I say this, like your video is used as an excerpt in another creator's or reactor's video, is still gonna be used in a Kenyan court. Yeah, I just wanted to put that out. So let's get to JT Podcast, because what does this mean for JT Podcast? JT obviously is party to this notice. The notice was sent to him, and in this letter it says the original allegations were published by JT Podcast, and the lawyers are saying they are preserving digital evidence. There's another sentence, actually I want to pay attention to this sentence. They specifically say relevant digital evidence are being preserved. Yeah, that means they're basically putting on notice that they're keeping records of what JT said, what he published, you know, so it actually can be used as evidence. So if you're JT Podcast, I wouldn't take this as a, that's just another letter. I would take this with so much, I don't know, seriously, like I would take this seriously, because yeah, this is now taking a very, very different direction, because you can just ignore these claims, because that means they have evidence. I don't know which video specifically is being referred to. I don't want to get into that, but this letter is being addressed to him, and this is being handled in a very legal way. So I would take this seriously. If I was him, I would definitely take this seriously. Still on the letter, I feel like there's another question that will arise. What does continued publication after this notice means? Because we had that. Yeah, I feel like that's also a very interesting line, because the lawyers say that continued publication after this notice may be relied upon as evidence of knowledge, recklessness, malice, and aggravation of damages. Read that again. The lawyers say that continued publication after this notice may be relied upon as evidence of knowledge, recklessness, evidence of knowledge, recklessness, malice, and aggravation of damages. Now, yeah, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm this lawyer and tell you exactly how a court would take this into account, or how they would apply this concept in this particular dispute. But the very practical message is they're telling people, you have been warned. Stay with me. They're saying, you have been warned. I have told you, I have sent you this notice, you are warned, beware, basically. So well, if you continue to push these rumors or these publications, for this matter, I'm not gonna say rumors, but according to them it's probably a rumor, but if you continue pushing these publications, then they might be used as evidence later in a legal like trial or legal space, for that matter. So yeah, Now let's look at what they're asking for. Like, what do they need from JT Podcast? What do they need from reactors, content creators, people in this sort of content space? And I feel like at this point they made very specific demands. They want immediate cessation and removal of publications, comments, reposts, shares, and other communications. That's just all they're asking for now. Yeah. So with what these lawyers are saying is, if you're making this type of content, cease. That's what cessation and removal means. If you have already made this publication, this comment, this repost, this shares, and just everything around that scope, they repeat. No, this actually repeats that do not repeat, endorse, or further push these allegations concerning their clients. Keep in mind, this letter is not from Chalow, Kush, and Linet directly. It's from their lawyers, who are TaliTali Advocates. And so this is not simply them just saying, don't talk about us. They're specifically asking people to stop repeating and or spreading the allegations they're complaining about, which is very fair, if I'm being really honest. Another question that might arise is, does this mean JT has lost? And from what I'm saying, I just want everyone to calm down, hold your horses. Not really, no. I'm gonna stick with no. Why? This is because the letter being addressed to JT Podcast doesn't mean he's been found guilty of defamation. Yeah, you actually have to go to court, undergo the correct legal processes for him to be declared guilty of defamation. So actually, not really. This is just can I call it a cease and desist letter? He's not been found guilty of anything really. Basically just a letter from the advocates on behalf of their clients addressing JT in regards to the publications he's put out. And they're just saying that these allegations are defamatory, which means they're putting the client's name in a very bad light, and they just need them to stop. Or if he does it, or if he keeps going, then they can put this on a legal stand. And that's why they're saying continued publications can be used as evidence in a legal battle, because yeah, that's basically what they're saying. Here is another question I googled, because I've been doing a lot of googling, because I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I'm a professional in this matter, or in this field. So here is another statement that I found interesting. A Kenyan defamation claim ultimately involves legal questions that have to be established in proceedings. For example, Kenyan courts have described elements including the defamatory nature of the statement publication to a third party. Kenyan courts have described elements including the defamatory nature of the statement publication to a third party and malice. Again, what I'm just trying to get out here is, all the legal channels have to be used before JT is declared guilty of defamation or anything like that. But right now, for now, this is just a warning. This is just a very clear warning. Yeah. Here is another question that you, as a fan or someone who's watching, might ask yourself: what should JT do now? I want to look at this from a very sensible perspective of what, as a content creator in this situation, JT should do, or the right move for him, or what I believe is the best response to this. And for one, I don't think he should fight this on YouTube, because clearly Chalow, Kush, and Linet have taken the legal road. So if you make another video on YouTube, then that's just, it might actually be used in the legal battle later. So I don't think he should make an angry response video to the letter and be like, oh, just talking and talking. No, not really. And two, this is very like, just don't insult the lawyers. I don't think you should insult the lawyers in any way, or just say anything like malicious or just mean about the lawyers or just something like that. I don't think that is a smart move. And 3, I don't think he should also start throwing new allegations around, because you're already in this spot for allegations you made, so it's not smart to make more allegations. And also, this is obviously going to happen in this YouTube space. Fans or people, viewers from the other YouTuber might come to your channel, throwing around comments, saying this and this and this and this. And I don't think he should get into the comments and start fighting everyone. He doesn't need to prove his right. I don't think so. And most importantly, like this above all, he should not make the situation worse by repeating the same material that got him sent the notice in the first place. And yeah, that is I feel like those are some of the like top maybe 5 things he's not supposed to be doing, honestly. Yeah, I've already gotten through what he's not supposed to do. I want to get a little bit into what I think he's supposed to be doing. Instead, if I was him, I would also take this to a lawyer, because it's only reasonable, because now this is taking the legal channel or the legal way or path. So if I was him, for starters, I would just get a lawyer who understands the defamation and media law in Kenya, yeah, just to get a feel of things. And let the lawyer look at the original video, let them look at what exactly was said in the video, and let the lawyer look behind the evidence that's being held at hand. And also the lawyer should look at maybe what the letter is demanding or what the lawyers are demanding, and just decide or just advise him on the most appropriate way to go or the most legal way to go. Honestly, at this point, the smartest move JT could take was just get a lawyer and get a legal opinion from his lawyer, and just get a feel of things and know what to do, what not to do. Yeah, basically. Another question, because I'm sure JT knows the video that's being talked about or the video at hand, so you might ask yourself, should JT delete the video? Should JT delete everything? And in that letter, we specifically say at a point we saw the lawyer saying relevant digital evidence is being preserved, which means even if he deletes the video, they still have it. So I don't think he should go around deleting his videos blindly. And this is the point I'd say maybe he should speak to his lawyer before making major changes in the material. He should preserve his original videos, recordings, screenshots, documents, messages. I feel like Loki, not I feel like, I think, or maybe this is destroying evidence, if I might say, because rushing to delete the video blindly might come off as just destroying evidence. And don't destroy evidence just because you've got a legal notice. So no, I don't think JT should delete the videos. There is another arising question. I'm just putting out questions from this letter just to make them more clear to someone who's not maybe familiar in the legal terms. So let's just say I'm trying to put this in layman's as best as I can. And you might ask yourself, what about the people who have already reacted? Because people tend to take this material from him. Yeah, and I want you to listen to this specific wording from this letter. It mentions third-party publishers, commenters, and online users. What this is basically saying is this warning is not limited to JT podcast only. The lawyers are saying that people who repeat, adopt, endorse, republish, or materially amplify the alleged statements may potentially face their own issues. Yeah, so you right there making your own video might get your own notice, because it has been said in this letter is not addressed to JT only. We see this letter being addressed to even online users. Yeah, and so I just want to say this: if you're a content creator who made a video concerning this story, I would personally just refrain or avoid just simply taking allegations made by another creator and adopting them as a fact and using them in your videos, because as we're saying, this might not turn out so well for him. So don't share this information with your audience. If you are republishing it from another creator, you don't know where this creator got his information, so it's not fair for you to just adopt it and publish it as fact or information. That is not a smart move, if I might say. I believe this is coming off as a very valuable lesson to like content creators, because this is not only about JT podcast, it's about reaction channels, it's about YouTubers, it's about TikTok, it's about Facebook, it's about everyone who just takes someone else's controversy and just republishes it, or just you make your own commentary based off what someone else said or what someone else believed, and you just share it in a legal way. If the person you're talking about decides to take a very legal way, you are not reacting to what someone else said. Yeah, work with me. It's not gonna be taken as you're reacting to what someone else said. It's gonna be taken as you sharing malicious or whatever information on your own. So you should not automatically assume just because this was said by JT or whoever, then you're immune to responsibility. You are going to be held responsible for what you said on your platform. Yeah, that's why you need to be careful when, say, you're making your video. There's a very big difference between saying JT podcast, for example, alleged that X, and saying X is a fact. Yeah, because allegations are allegations, they're not proven to be true or false, but once you adopt it as a fact, that's where you go wrong, and that's why it's gonna make you prone to getting sent legal notices like this one. So yeah. And regarding this matter, my take has to be, this is where JT podcast just needs to take a step back, and not because this letter is proving that JT podcast is wrong or that Chalow, Kush and Linet are right. This letter proves neither, honestly, but my only idea is this proves that this matter has escalated to a very different level, and now lawyers are being involved, and I don't think the smartest move is to engage in an emotional YouTube battle, because you might feel like, let me make a video about this. No, I don't think that would be the smartest move. Yeah, so I believe Chalow Kush should just, no, not Chalow Kush, sorry, JT podcast should just take a step back and find a better way to maybe phrase his thoughts, or maybe just get legal advice, understand why this letter is being sent to him, understand what he said or why he said what he said is being taken as something that can be examined in court. I feel like these are the things he should be doing, if I'm being frank. Just respond after he's gotten advice from his lawyers. That's what I do. I mean, yes, I feel like that's the best way to go about this. That was my take on this whole legal notice letter. And just before you come for me, I was not determining who's right or wrong. I was giving my take on this letter, and I can't for sure tell you if these allegations are true. Yeah, I was just breaking down this letter, and I was just maybe putting out what I think JT podcast should be doing, and other creators what they should do, what they should avoid. And now I want to hear from you. What do you think JT podcast should be doing at this point? Should he respond publicly, or should he talk to his lawyers and let them respond, or how do you think he should move from here? That's just basically my only question for you today. Yeah, so thank you for watching African Village Lens, and I hope that I will see you in my next video. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.